Hey guys, so I know it's been a really long time since I posted and I apologize. I've been waiting for like the perfect moment and of course it has passed. So I'm just gonna do what I think is best and just do a video on a whim. So the date is, what is it, the September 9th? And I just had a quick thought that I would share with you what's kind of been going on and maybe that can help other people, other couples that are doing Karetsa. So within the past month, I noticed that there was a big lull in our connection for like about a week and a half. And if you read the book Cupid's Poisoned Arrow, you're basically going to read about the passion cycle. And she mentions in her book that typically, I mean, that is actually referenced as when you recuperate from an orgasm. But I'm going to kind of spin on this and share with you guys what I feel as though I experienced. So, and I think it's really important for men to know this because I will tell you the most beneficial time to, let's say if you do finish once in a while, maybe like once or twice a month with your wife, um, it's important to know that if you do that around the time of her cycle, like the week before, she would normally have her period, it is actually going to cause some waves. And here's why. First of all, her dopamine is going to be much, much lower. And also, it is scientifically proven that men are least attracted to their women when they're on their period because of their hormones and what they're basically secreting out there for the male population. So, theoretically, if this is the case and you wind up finishing maybe a week and a half or a week or half a week before she's on her period, that can be a very troublesome time because typically you are least attracted to your lady during the week of her period. And it's because all of that stuff is going on, right? And it might even be like a little bit before she starts it. And so I have to tell you this because I speak from experience. My husband and I are, oh my gosh, just like head over heels. And it's just been the most amazing, especially in the last like 2 years. It's been incredible. And I'm eternally grateful for my husband. He is just like, he is a wonderful, wonderful person. And we have connected more so over the last couple of years than we have in our entire almost 20-year marriage. And I have to say this because I think we finally so I never was with anyone else besides my husband. And my husband was not with anybody else besides me. So taking that into account, we were both virgins when we got married, which is of course rare, right? But to me, I didn't realize the extreme difference there is between people who are, virgins and people who aren't when they get married because I only know one side, right? Personally, from my experience. So we also were unexperienced, right? So we learned how to grow together and how to bond with one another without having to climax all the time. So I speak from experience here. Like, if it's clean results. Basically, it's a really good thing to make sure you're doing karatza during the couple weeks before her period, especially during her period if you're doing that, right? And no shame in that at all whatsoever. Like, it's just your thing, right? So, and your lady's thing. So it's whatever you choose to decide for yourself. With that being said, the reason I say that is because you will most likely have more of combative mental stuff going on and less of a connection. And it's just not just due to the dopamine lull, but it's due to the hormone fluctuations in both of you guys. Because you obviously, if you're like living together, right? If you're married to your spouse, you pick up on those pheromones, those hormones, and you know when they're low and you know when they're high. Like, it just happens to be a very typical time period for everyone.